The unexamined life is not worth living. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Happiness depends upon ourselves. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Man is the measure of all things. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Hell is other people. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. Man is condemned to be free. It is not what we get, but what we become, that matters. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. The highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because to understand is to be free. Life must be understood backward, but it must be lived forward. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. The price of greatness is responsibility. No man ever steps in the same river twice. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Cogito, ergo sum. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Knowledge is power. He who fears he shall suffer already suffers what he fears. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Reason is, and ought only to be, the slave of the passions. Act only according to that maxim, whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. He who knows only his own side of the case knows little of that. The life of man is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure while the intelligent are full of doubt. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. No man is free who is not master of himself. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. To find yourself, think for yourself. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. It does not matter how slowly you go so long as you do not stop. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. What does not kill me makes me stronger. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so free that your very existence is rebellion. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. All things excellent are as difficult as they are rare. Begin at once to live and count each day as a separate life. First say to yourself what you would be. Then do what you have to do. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. He has the most who is content with the least. Character is destiny. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. The heart has its reasons which reason does not know. Within the character of the citizen lies the welfare of the nation. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Only the educated are free. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. While we are postponing, life speeds by. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. There is nothing permanent except change. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Courage is knowing what not to fear. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Hope is a waking dream. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. Become who you are. Man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. Judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. Custom is the great guide of human life. To live without philosophizing is in truth the same as keeping the eyes closed without attempting to open them.